Good afternoon. Happy February 1st. We're in the month of love and friendship. We're going to make a friendship card today. I hope you're all doing well. Say hello if you're here. Love to chat. I think I've got the comments on. I forgot to bring my iPad back down here, so I'm hoping I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm pretty sure I am. I hope you had a good Wednesday morning. It is 2 p.m. Central Time here in the States, so we're in the afternoon. We have a sunny day, and it's around 40 today, moving up to 50 for the weekend, so we are excited to get rid of that cold air that we had for a while. I'm going to pop this up a little higher. There we go. Let me turn the camera around. There we go. Hello in the corner. This is the card that my VIP subscribers received. They got a tutorial. I should have printed out the tutorial so you can see how they come. But if you remember the card we made Monday live, it is, I don't know what you would call this fold, but it stands up on its own. It kind of reminds me of a tent, so I'm going to call it a tent fold. But my subscribers got the written tutorial for this card, and I made it with the Taco Fiesta stamp set, and I am loving it. It's so cute. And then I used the same design, the little tent card fold, I'm going to call that. Anyway, so if you're not a subscriber, every Tuesday I send out a free project tutorial. You get the PDF, and often you get a link to a video, step-by-step video. Not every Tuesday you will get that, but you will get the written PDF each week. So make sure you subscribe over there. I'll put a link in the comments or the description below to do that. It's real easy peasy to do that. And make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel here. I love to chat with you and create with you. Okay, today's project, I wanted to mention, this is February. It's the last month of Celebration. And if you're not familiar with Celebration, it is a promotion that Stampin' Up! Does twice a year. I'm going to try and find my little Celebration brochure, which just went everywhere. Hold on. We're so professional around here. Then I have to get my stool back where I'm comfortable and can stamp proper. Okay, this is the Celebration brochure, and if you don't have one of these and don't have a demonstrator, please message me or something and I can get one out to you. But with every $50 increment purchase, you qualify for a free item, and they've added some items to the list that you can get. There are 3, 6, 9, 10 new items. There's a stamp set and die set with a $100 purchase, but all the other new things only require a $50 purchase. So make sure you hop on over to leslie.stampinup.net and check all those out. Also, February starts a new host code. This is the host code, and when you place an order with me and use that host code, I send you a free gift if your order is over $50 purchase. This month, I'm sending you a package of the Sequins for Everything. They've got all the colors, all the shapes. Use it for everything. I've got a little sample here of a Valentine card, and they've used the sequins as a shaker card. So make sure if you place an order with me that you use that host code to get that free gift. Okay, let's start the card. Here's the card. I'm using the Regency Park Designer Series paper. I'm loving this paper. Let me show you. It's so beautiful. Of course, I'm a blue person and I'm loving the blue the most. These are the mainly the back sides. Let me show you the front sides. You get 48 sheets, so 4 of each pattern in a package. Here's a card that we made a couple weeks ago using the paper. That blue gorgeous. And did I have another card? Nope, that was the only card I had using the paper. So today's sample, I thought we'd try using some new colors from the paper. All right, I'm starting out with an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of thick basic white, and I've scored it down the middle at 4 1/4 on the 8.5 inch side to create my card base. I'm going to burnish this a little bit more with my bone folder. I always like to use the thick basic white for my card bases. It's just a little heavier, and when you add things to the front of your card, you know, the back isn't so flimsy. So I always like to do that. Okay, if you'll notice, I've got kind of a scalloped edge here. We're going to cut that with a die. But first, I want to adhere this little piece here to the bottom of the card, of the card front. And it measures, and I will have this over on my blog later today, 3 by 4. I always like to meet with you all first before I post all the information. I like you to have the information first. Okay, this other sheet that I've chosen from the paper is 4.5 by 4. And we're going to cut at a diagonal this little scallop, and I got that from one of my favorite die sets, the scalloped contour dies, and it's this one that I'm going to use. I use it all the time, and I use these rectangles all the time. And I will list all the products that are in today's project down below in the description when we're finished here, if you're interested. All right, I'm just kind of setting my paper on here to determine where I want to cut this scalloped edge. So because I really want to show this paper off. So I'm going to cut it just like that, maybe a little lower so I don't, I'm covering up that top edge of the blue. And then I'm going to take a piece of washi here so this doesn't shift in my machine, and tape it on there. And I'm going to grab my big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I forgot to bring this over. Hi, Cat! I think I'm only on YouTube right now. I need to learn how to stream on both YouTube and Facebook. I have the technology now, but taking the time to play with it. And then I need to make sure I have enough bandwidth in my home to do that. I'm going to need this here in a minute, so I'm just going to set it over to the side. We have Google Fiber, and when we got it, we got the fastest speed, but they've added a speed, so of course you have to pay extra for that. So I have to figure all that out, and I haven't had a minute to myself to figure that out. Okay, isn't that lovely? I just love it. If I do say so myself. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use liquid glue because it gives me a little second to kind of move my my paper around. Doesn't this remind you of Hawaii? I think this color reminds me so much of Hawaii. Okay, it looks very Hawaiian to me. All right, I'm just trying to match up my edges here, but make sure that we're squared at the top. And see how that liquid glue gives me a little bit of wiggle room to do that. There we go. Isn't that cute? Now, if you don't have the scalloped edge die, just cut your paper at an angle and you get kind of the same look. Okay, now I'm using the new, and these are in the new mini catalog. These are the Alphabet Alamo dies. I used them on our card. What did I do with that card? Monday. Do you know how things just disappear on me? I'll find it in a minute. It was that little Adorable Owls card. Oh, here it is. I already showed it. That's why it was over there. I used the number 10, the 1 and the 0. But today I'm going to use the HELLO, and I'm going to pop it up using our foam adhesive sheets. My package has kind of been through the war. You get 6 sheets in a package, and this one's almost done. I keep all my scraps in there in case I need it again. I think I'm going to use this one. And a piece of Night of Navy. I'm pulling this background color out of the Designer Series paper, and this measures 2 by 4. I just needed something big enough to cut out those letters. And what you do, I'm going to cut this at 2 inches. I'm going to get my other scissors. I really want to use my paper snips, because I'm going to stick this cardstock right on this. It's basically a solid sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals. It just gives you a little height. Now I'll save this to use for another project. Don't throw that away. And then you pull off one adhesive sheet and add your, and this is Sticky Man. Asked me how I know. Yesterday I had to pull I used black on this one, and I had to pull it off, and it didn't want to pull off. So that's good that it's sticky, but be careful. All right, so we're going to use the H, the E. There are 2 L's. No, that's an F, I think. Here's the L's. Oh, Kat loves using the adhesive sheets. That's good. You know how I like to pop things up. And so they work for things like this, because these are so skinny. It would really be hard to put a Stampin' Dimensional behind it. Now I don't want those to move in the cutter. I don't want them to. So I'm going to attempt to find the end of this washi tape. It was just there because I just used it. Here we go. This is really old washi tape, and the adhesive has kind of gotten hard on it, and I've noticed that if I take my heat tool and heat it up a little bit, it peels off just fine. I've just had this for so long, but I hate to throw it away. And I think it works. Just for time's sake, I'm going to pull a little sticky note for these last two letters. There we go. You can use sticky notes as well. I just don't want them to shift off the deal. And then I'm going to stick it in here. I'm going to put my plate this way. Now this is a little thicker, so you might have to add a shim depending on your machine. I noticed I had to run mine through a couple of times on my sample. That is shaking the whole table. I apologize. And I hope you don't get seasick. Oh. Let's see how we did. Let's see if it cut all the way through. I'm going to do this now. I'm going to put it that way. And that really cut it through. I ran it through upside down. Whatever you got to do, right? We're going to use that die cutting machine here in a minute. Okay, then you just punch your letters out. Now I've got all this washi tape in the way. And I'm going to be real careful because they are so skinny. I don't want them to tear. There's the H. And I like to try and keep that backing paper on there so I can work with them. There's the E. Now, of course, if you were using a tall flower image or a wider image, it's not going to be this difficult to get your dies out. Plus, I've taped it to death. So that's one thing. All right. I'm going to line these up. And I wish I had my silicone mat out here because these are sticky. That one fell off. I will just put it here. Now, your grid paper or ruler help a lot with this. I'm going to line these up. And then I'm going to do my old this little H leg looks weird. It wants to go weird. Here's the E. Here's one of the L's. I know. I wish I had my silicone mat out here. It would be much easier. But I'm using this little cellophane bag. Stampin' Up! Sells these. I think it's 6x8. I use them for my. I use these a lot for different things. They make cute packaging for different things. Okay. There we go. That looks pretty straight, huh? Except my fingers are too big and fat. And this L has its sticky on it. This is the hardest part of the project. It kind of helps to have a little of that sticky on there. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but I'm lining everything up with this this line on my grid paper. but you could use a ruler. And that L I'm going to deal with later, I think, because it's going to mess everybody else up. Okay, I'm going to go grab something. Hold on. I like to use press and seal. Press and seal. It's for when I do these kind of things. So I keep a roll of that down here. And I'm going to have to fix those L's. But this, at least this is going to keep it all together and nobody's going to move on me. Except that L. Oh, that's why I didn't want the paper backing to come off. It makes it so much harder. But these are so skinny. And I don't want them to tear. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put these on and then I'll put the other L on. We'll leave a spot for the other L. And I think my O is a little off. I'm going to redo my O. Are we having fun yet? Okay, now we can take the paper backing off, which I think it's all off. There we go. Hi, Stephanie. I'm having a time adhering these alphabet a la mode to my card front. And I think it's just my fingers. Okay, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to turn that camera off so you don't see my belly. And also, I think I'm going to there's our February host code again. And I think on this, my sample, I kind of put it over to the right on purpose instead of the center, but I think I'm going to put this one in the center. I'm going to fix that L. I don't like how that L is doing. This L is sticking to everything but what it's supposed to. There we go. There's a little strip of the paper. Grab my ruler for these last two. And the O. There we go. That was a little harder than I think it needed to be. But you know, live television, it always likes to act up. All right. Kat says that I taught her that and she keeps the roll handy. Yeah, if you want to design flowers on a card front, that Stamp and Seal works really good for that. You can kind of design where you want it, then lay down your Stamp and Seal, and then apply your adhesive. I'm not sure it worked too well for me today, but we got it on there. Now, I'm going to get all of these letters out of the way so I don't lose them, because they're tiny. All right, the next thing we're going to do is cut. I don't think I pre-cut it, so we're going to have to cut actually two little sentiment tags out. And I'm using a stamp from the free Adorable Owls set that we used Monday. I've shown this card 3 times now. This is the 3rd time I've shown that cute little owl. And I'm going to use the My Friend, Hello My Friend. And I'm using the Night of Navy ink to go with, to tie back into my designer series paper and my hello letters. And this is a red rubber cling stamp. So I'm going to stamp first. I was going to cut my tag and then stamp it, but with the red rubber, unless I'm using my Stamparatus, I pressed too hard there. I have a hard time with placement, so see how it's kind of on a slant there? I do like photopolymer for the letters. Okay, so I'm using the Stylish Shapes dies, but if you don't have these dies, you can just cut your own tag, just a little rectangle and flag the ends. I have them, so I'm going to use it. And I will tape this so it doesn't shift on me. It's the perfect size for this little My Friend. I believe the Stylish Shapes are on back order right now, but like I said, you can just cut a rectangle and flag the ends. I had these and I thought I would use them. And I hope they're coming back in. They are coming back in. I forgot to look to see when they were going to be available. Alrighty. And then I did not pop the My Friend up. I just adhered it directly to this tag. Make sure I'm on the front. I think this is the front. I think I need to go to back to my optometrist because I think my prescription needs to be upped, especially at the end of the day. My eyes get so tired. I can't really do much in the evenings. All right, and I did pop the whole thing up with dimensionals. And just put that kind of over to the right hand side. And then the final thing I did was I added 3 little iridescent pastel gems. And again, all the products I'm using in today's project will be listed in the description below when I'm finished here, if you are interested in what I used. And I'm going to use the blue ones for this one. This one goes down farther, notice that? I think I didn't want to hide this paper. The blue's my favorite. So I might have to kind of squirrel where I put my little gems because I didn't leave quite enough room here. I'm just using 3 and using the triangle, whatever method. Might put one up here. Stephanie went last week and felt so blind, had to read the chart, and he was like, no squinting, that's cheating. Oh, I don't think that's cheating. And every test afterwards, he said no squinting. Kat, thank you for looking that up. The Stylish Shapes dies will be available after February 13th, and sometimes they do come in early. I can't decide where I want to put this. I think I want to put it right here. Yeah, I think I need a new prescriptions for my glasses. So I tried contacts years ago, but I have 2 stigmatisms, and then I also have, I have to do the no line. And that was weird. Those were like, I had to use hard contacts. Put it on top of the H. Oh, Stephanie always has good ideas. I don't know if it'll fit. Those letters are so tiny. Let's see if I can pry it up. I'd be afraid it would fall off. I could put it on the little, I'm just going to put it right over here. Just something to draw the eye. Stephanie has progressive too. Okay. It's just hard. It's just hard. But I do notice at the end of the day, I have a really hard time seeing. And I clean my glasses because I think maybe they're just dirty, but it's not the glasses. It's my sight. Oh, put it above the H. I don't like it there, Stephanie. You make the card and you can put them where you like it. Although now it looks kind of like a weird triangle. I don't know. I should have left more space. When you see the sample on my page later, on my Facebook page, if you're on if you follow me over there, they might be in a different spot once I get it figured out. Oh, Stephanie's glasses are scratched. I was fortunate enough that I think mine were warranted for 2 years against scratches, and my husband called because I had scratches too, and the guy replaced my lenses after 2 years. So I was really surprised. But so my lenses are not very old, but I need a new prescription, I know. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. I guess that's all the news. Don't forget about the new celebration, additional items to choose if you've earned all the other ones. I think these are pretty a big deal. I think if I had to choose, I'm going to get me that cloud embossing folder. I already have the punch and this embossing folder, but I don't have that one. So, and if you don't have the Eden Gardens bundle to get that whole thing free, that's probably worth what, a $50? $50? That's a pretty good deal. Stephanie says her glasses are 4 years old. They actually told me to scratch them on New Year's and get new ones. Oh, so that's a good idea. Play that warranty card. Okay. Oh, and the February host code. Orders over 50 with me get you a free pack of the Sequins for Everything. So if you use this host code and your order is over $50, I will send you a package of those. So you guys have a great afternoon and a wonderful weekend coming up, and I will see you Monday for Make It Monday. In the meantime, happy stamping. Talk soon.